Deep Learning Technique for Detecting Online Learning Behavior. Presentation for the 3rd International Conference on Education, Engineering, Interdisciplinary, Social Science and Technology, Site 2022. My name is Mohd Faiz Hilmi on behalf of all of us, Nur Azri Mahmud, Siti Hazlina, Muhammad Harizan and Yanti Mustafa will be presenting this paper. The analysis of student learning behavior has been a major focus of online learning analytics because students learning online, they are separated in time and place during the process. And by that, the lecturer are not able to observe the student learning behavior. So, online learning involves high level of autonomy and it is self-regulated learning skill which is necessary for the student to excel. It is important for institutions offering online learning to understand their learning behavior of the student. It is to be able to provide support to enhance student learning processes and to be able to tweak the setup and setting of their learning management system to maximize student learning behavior. School of Distance Education, University Science Malaysia, fully embrace blended learning in its undergraduate degree program. Annually, more than 5,000 active students, utilize the learning management system to access learning material such as recorded lectures, notes, quizzes, and also discussion forum. And each academic session, this activity generated over 9.5 million rows in one of the table within the log file alone. The objective of this study is to evaluate the e-learning effectiveness, to look at the student learning activities as recorded by learning management system log data, to describe a study for analyzing log data recorded in LMS using artificial intelligence techniques. So by applying deep learning algorithm, this study hope to be able to classify student learning behavior based on more than 9 million rows of log data. So the objective of this study is to conduct a critical review of learning activities across 4 different academic programs offered by School of Distance Education. So this study attempts to develop clusters of student learning behavior based on learning management system event logs, to develop an unsupervised learning models of student behavioral patterns or clusters by applying deep learning technique using a high-end workstation. And this study also attempts to evaluate and compare the proposed framework in terms of performance and accuracy. So these are the research questions answered by this study. First, how can student learning behavior be extracted and visualized from the activity logs? How does online learning behavioral interaction with Moodle LMS differ between programs? Third, how does online learners' behavior differs before and after class? Fourth, how can Moodle's action log of student online activity offer meaningful insight into student course performance? So, the analysis of student learning behavior has been a major focus by a researcher worldwide. So, we analyze the specific patterns of interaction in LMS. The separation of time and place reduce the ability of lecturers to observe the student learning behavior. Online learning involves high level of autonomy in which self-regulated learning skill is necessary. Past studies focus primarily on frequency analysis without addressing the temporal aspect of student learning behavior. With the continuous growth of e-learning as a learning medium, the evaluation of e-learning effectiveness is becoming more important. So measuring the effectiveness of e-learning is therefore important, but it is difficult due to the wide range of components of e-learning. So many universities have huge amount of databases which require proper mining to generate pattern and knowledge. Large amount of log data on student activities is available, and here at the School of Distance Education, University of Science Malaysia, we have more than 9 million rows of log data consisting of both student and lecturers' activities. So we would like to look at the critical success factors of e-learning by looking at the engagement of the student. So a potential approach is using the machine learning approach, which is adopted from a scientific area. So the method adopted by this study is from CRISDM methodology. Start with business understanding, and then we look at the data, try to understand the data, and followed by data preparation, and then we look at the modeling aspect, proceed with evaluation, and then we end with deployment. The evaluation will also reflect back to the business understanding in the first phase of the cycle. Finding and discussion. So we are looking at the log file as a proxy of learning behavior. So the initial phase of exploring the data involve a workflow in the subsequent slide. Orange indicate data setup, yellow indicate data cleaning and transformation, and blue indicate data visualization. 3 tables used in this study are the log table, the cost table, and also the role table. So these 3 tables will combine into a single table, and then we proceed with the analysis. So going forward, this study will continue building and training deep neural network architecture to identify cluster and pattern of student learning behavior. And clustering analysis will be utilizing KRAS, feed-forward neural network. So this is the workflow based on the no-code solution that we use, the software NIME. We start off with connecting to the database, and then we extract the 3 table, the log table, the cost table, as well as the role table. After that, we join all the 3 tables together into one, and then we proceed with the data cleanup and further analysis. So this study is aligned with the aspiration of Malaysia in fulfilling the Sustainable Development Goal, which is referring to goal number 4, to ensure inclusive and equitable education and to promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. So this study also aligned with Malaysian National Policy on Industry 4.0 to infuse higher value-added process through the application of advanced digitization, advanced manufacturing technology, and efficient resource utilization to enhance efficiency and reduce dependency on human labor, and ultimately driving competitiveness going forward. IR 4.0 look at major aspect of education, content delivery, pedagogy, and structure or management of education. So we look at big data technique to understand student learning behavior. By analyzing big data, which is 9.5 million rows of student online activities, using the deep learning neural network technique. Finding from this study will allow e-learning administrators and university stakeholders to validate the efficiency and effectiveness of e-learning implementation. With that, thank you very much.